Malun total mera kidrogui especially tigel kora orange kel reader tutau kada mera asule la time mo se edel me egu kora aisa gel tetele la bebira urul kora reef center amrul mblol kora ngani seluda sa se un me o aisa gal tol rural center motmok la agora swad di ki prada blum ta update trasing gadigire gal to la rusul rural dorule malwai se gadal mut mal mera sulela tra web radio mskite te almos edel me o aisa gaidro gul te tele la rural center amrul e dire que ado mule mal di acteo sia amgal del sus mora a rubul belau mutrin am trebelau el malo total me rogui e ogore amokter tel radio share el tutawa qadam lel gukmo aisha tarata auror agora yo sentera mutmokni el time e o si silta men dire que sagal un tal el mutter mal di momren asulira a que al nombre el luim edel el regila center la ni seguir le gora to se fan de singala gora o mure se seludo del el soporta gai del gora reef atamal msau tigel beklado nos in may nos edel udilia gotiu matal tela el caludo da seguido on goda uspe gai del malmol ma gai del garus center amrule el alweek en arin sel garni bol la center se imama del membro el gora wal temruri ratal sanderu era seguir el gala sel de fundraising gala indi elam lo tribel bigos en gora time ra school marang et nguklo trirelin lo ouriura anniversary elang ngultau tre la week lo mur el chilsel mo odurstein kada expect raseng amonia medangara email datel ngal skura igal kagrus skura brubela mos il attend tay drani bole etial gani bola agel gora moal activity ma leben gora along tmokul lo lisakra ngal school amo sebedelo agel activity mos include agel fisheries research subel omnged ma deep ocean adaptation agel urol mokot tial PNMS tial tmol daw or ngawal ma tora kaburs e dire que ngarin sel group le dula se friends of PNMS tilge dire que pam silo urol support tial tora PNMS adire que moria bebira agora activity el bolo otros que hay del carnival again en 3 days en el alcils kluguk ma ngiaos man Tuesday Wednesday Thursday age agora the brief update el legal going on el al time mo introduce rangal guest lobonged CHRISTINA MULLER ngal CHRISTINA tatrigal researcher agora center elang ngaria uriolo ngotmok nilo mungela agoro state makmo soakal mo akti introduce ngi tial uriolo ngotmok ni CHRISTINA lo mungela agoro state angaria artedel gorawal el partner el maklo CHRISTINA uriolo mentri ngotmok tial agoro state ngani selda se resilient reef initiative tia atara imala selda se create reef foundation para Blura Australia ma Palau Conservation Society ma Goro State Government CHRISTINA Auro lo mentri del partner e matmo ko tagi dulurol tiale al sela ba gal al babela blu oror tial al gargera blu oror el moktagri ya sebot sebedel kut makrit tial oror el girela amo olga search el Goro State Coastal Fisheries Management Plan siya ako di brief liga brief introduction na Christina nga kamo kita mo start the radio show gid lo ngila Christina. Okay, Christina, all the introductions is done. Can you tell us a bit more about the Coral State Coastal Fisheries Management Plan?
Sure. So good morning, yes, so the Coral Southern Coastal Lagoon Fisheries Management Plan was developed in 2021 by Palau Conservation Society together with Coral State Government, and also in consultation with fishers and gleaners from Coral State, and also local scientists from Pickrick and Coral Reef Foundation and others, TNC and others. And so the goal of this management plan is to help reef fish and invertebrates to recover from overharvesting from the past, and to ensure that the Coral community will be able to continue to have these marine resources in the future.
Okay. Christina, sesera lo ulterior, ti agora el PCS amlete galidini, el selro la PCS amalwa di lo que era adra blu, la uswa tetele la blagar de la uspela garger, marogui, el mokte gasei. Bodo tengai gel nitsa adra blu, e do mes tial resources lo asei. Nsep el mol el wal mita gen nitsa. Mela agora PCS amlo tmautlo lo bongela Coral State el Kora interview adra omonge ma gadre ge information ogore direk el selguk mo wal roller sentera amelo asei kamen bom kora masalo aseng wangara sel dulu aseng wal kora aklung langi gil mede era dawe ta bebra tam to spera atum la sei standing stock sel mede era dawe klung langi klung wangara kora kampera ge gid ma ai ga gid el kora interview lo bentra de tra lo sigue sel bodreb tringin mosbed el wado lo mol los pega gid el nid el magana dial mokem dragarge dial moksak large.
So in the management plan includes several proposed fisheries management measures. So it includes one new marine protected area at Beab, 3 invertebrate recovery sites, one for sea urchin, one for sea cucumber, and giant clams. And then the protection of 9 fish spawning aggregation sites. Some of these are already protected, but there's some additional ones for a few different species. Some minimum size limits for 22 reef fish species. Also a moratorium, a 6-month moratorium for Caramel, a seasonal ban for Kedesau, and then a catch and release measure for the giant trevally. And actually you can find this management plan online, so anybody can see it.
Okay, that's good. Okay, ngaya Christina lo aisha sei mesela tauto tialuror sel management plan amlo ngoga gidil gora uduswir ma ulungli adrablu etemlo asing qamedlu tmqt pia imora gal durasing MPA marine protected areas wana gidil elmo blue basio direk identify ngogi management plan ngablo betila sei ngariak del basio el blol simr el pal di gira legel wase aled gira la aled bobol sub el mut gora wiga bere gigi del basio ngaringa gira la aigal aled el wangim ser rumara nga imo nga gira la urchin ma imo nga gira la you mentioned urchin, sea cucumber, and those 3 proposed sites.
And giant clam. No, one for each.
Oh.
One site for sea urchin recovery. One
Right.
site for sea
3 different sites.
Yeah.
Kaldel basol il simr len seyid ngorawal tulegel sel interview lo menta da blut mom dia sey tiagidam lebli arm room tiagidam lebli la gimra ngaramong tiagidam lebli la arma ngalak la aibul el altama gigi del site الأضرب بلو عمله مثنيل متبلول عليك تايبورين el altama ده قايبول متأيد ما نسبل بلاسين قام هذا لازم الموتولوجي سايقام سيا مكتغري جيجي دل ما أناين الفيش بونينج أجريجيشن سايت أي جاي جيل باسيول بلال غوجي جاي جيدلهم سوبر قالوا في خدمة متيجي لاسي أجيك لاسي إلهم إلا يقام Yagigil kaltul basyon lom elan yangigil. Abebe niya alsim for example sel ngurumakaol. Hindi bebe niya di open. For example, warwadeng, marwa mutiaw. No? Mutiaw wasa mo musim raya, di ang necessary wasa ngmoang rumakaw, baldi ilsim di ang aral dolari. Tos pagyer wasa seasonal management measure. Tos okay, al sugu magi lagi lo melet tay del buil, warwadeng, rumakaw. Kamela ka ogit tintig malu bedol musim segi del basyol, aerul buil lamelen mo. Mera kaya ko kulutro open mo ang ramong mo. Nsakal ko amkat klise lagat mo albabila tayo ngari adra blu asi ay ga kom di osin basyo kita makarado mur unong ko sakal ko amkat klise kita asi hindi ka necessary sang buang rumakal marwa abira nga along close all year round and sabel ko seasonal ma atara los penil direkal ko agirek tagi del ko ma sustainability malu management measure atel management plan awasay ngani minimum size limit el girela 22 reef species. Ngaria lui maerul badengela ngigil maluman species. El blabolo dengel say agagi del ngigla wangara moklungel ngi omel. Masel mo mokter seguido la segagi del ngigla say me lagdo gorangi me at least el tal mel. Yal sumindi ke gere segdungu embulgura sei ngal ngigla dira katal kora contribute malum kora oda sa sesera ngai sil girela ay do israngi irtial gerger egida mogodir mu seguida mokter egidil el waseng size limite temna mo temil tigat alum eru el ngigla sei gagida girel wangra moklungel kada malai sei atara kora mesil los peringi el girela ega omsin rumesetial ligang wasay ngomsin del aqua seasonal ban on hampak snapper ngal garamlan mawret snapper akadasaw maagaringele rop nge gora wabla bol betigni wasay mal kloido israkan godang ngar wasyabal korea europe me tirgel guktialo albak ngadalo tukuk mal soril di mora karge eturu klangi gulmunme mot maut termalasya sing el mutlungu beti release ni elang gigi del Europe katara angat tay the management plan wasay at promote nil gil sel catch and release Europe ngel wasen chan trebli elay gigi da Oro State mangagi dele PCS amnot magut mukli the management plan ela ko reef mesois el momot muk lagi del Oro omsu marang emalmol gora ongel mora Oro State wasay ang agi mo mes telom subeng gora maral budulgen gelelungil do orang wal what you recommend after all Oro State say mega final decision ng resource owner lungit talurol so what this research you're doing now is will continue to kind of help Oro State with the management plan.
So PICRIC is doing the research and monitoring to provide feedback and recommendations on the management plan.
Right.
It hasn't come into effect yet, so the bill hasn't been passed yet. So we're collecting data, and then hopefully that will.
Okay. Melasen management plan balgat makli awal dirakal gangenia olbir oror dirakal dasi okay tiya mo wal management plan el Oro State rogo ya auto ni ngat mokratial ayal albabel madbel ba Christina say ay gagi dolom subul lorul abebir agora motlang tin si management plan longer ay gel bebir agora ngir ngar al si management plan masela daital gat mokla gagi dol gora made el ngir ma ngrang segi de tira la other silmora agaba norm olbir orol mo endorsing mo management plan ra. Why is it important to do research and monitoring?
I mean, I think everybody knows that reef fish are important for Palau, both for a source of food, so it's the main source of protein in Palau, and also for people's livelihoods and the culture. And then there's the other side of it, which reef fish help to maintain a healthy marine environment. So they're needed in the coral reef ecosystem. They, for example, herbivores, they maintain the algae so it doesn't overtake the coral reef. And then obviously the predators, they keep the balance there.
I see. Kadulogul matingin na siya tial garger. Tial garger bera maluben debet. Tial debera insure tial sila emil garger emil. Kadulogul belaw mlokoro ngar alsel makadumdengi gel kakros tingila aurere legal arm kira alsel debet. Hindi un makadam amagi sel mamru lagi dolomsu el malas mo kasi kadamo yere gutmok legal omsu el malmol makutmok tial garger ngil bigoseng hindi gya dilgida bela uspe ay gal ngigil ang aramong mle klebel leng maldim lagi dil belaw ang mga gal ngigil population gid sel tama 8 to 12,000 mle enough kada malaringil mga ringi di ka sa edro tiri di ka sa edro odi sel do seng life cycle Angi kelamaran meklo kedungu makadam ngaringi datelyang gel telendolok kelamaran mo omel metiadi miliwek dia kal stop ndi ela un makadam koleg ama oksiga gidul kor omsu mangaral tral mutmok tial garger aklungel uspel ngalngigil amla otiri mla wablal degi sel life cycle aweral melangi gel kedam languleng lengarang klor adro uspel angigil mangaringi mauldulok kuringil morger mager Misal kita makadam amru legal omsu albebi rata marada ngaria kwa question el debora bulu kedermeng sa adra bulu gorasi ya ay gable bele ali ay gagi dos pel mengora adi swakal membuat teknis gitu se oi maral bele ali giredel ya ali dak murgi rasi mo tebe le motmok legal girelak langar kami mengmaral bele ali ya ngaramong maral me enough frigid hindi elang korawal ngal sangsang Aul makadam ako legal kor osiga kasi kadamo yere ruling kal karamlal mendi kal melo magim kay ngam del mer ngal kamera alu rak ruriul endir sibil ensure kal karamlal saya mukte kay gagi del kor wa umsuma monitoring okay we fish are important mangagi da Christina melo kasi close to trail ngal ngil girel omgalet edine kali kal wa armara da ang arogul armara da adidul ngania algat maklil didul ngania aurel mangar alertial da for example Omkorat toy mo kita ada ko plurul da kadong ngi gele di mga kurat lom men dia kadong trada mal di nya da bulgut makli dia ka sebel matamal mal di balance endi segit kadam aso isun amrit mangal ngi gel maul di ngoro la omrit medringi mong maagire do siga mong klok tutle la gal ngi gel gire la omglet ma adire ka marine ecosystem environment maunang necessary bado siga awel waram subringi tral gora olong seringi mung sebel melmol ngari galngi gele jakal tamala kargere tara moktera idrom suba mo sebel inform ako state management plan mo sebil gora say okay in order to fish sustainably machum mo role le kada sebel di melmol mangara ay gagi dra la ungil dogi wi siya moktera idrom suba kada What kind of monitoring is PICRIC doing?
So PICRIC has been doing 4 different kinds of monitoring. So the first is the fishery independent monitoring, which means fishery independent monitoring means it's independent from the fishery. So that just means we are looking at fish that are in the water. So from February to July last year, we did video surveys at 90 sites across KUKURROU State. So using a stereo video system, which has 2 GoPro cameras mounted on a bar. And then we're able to analyze the videos and get the species and the length of the fish. We're still analyzing those videos.
Okay, buto ka raw sa monitoring PICRIC mga tmok ligay dulu rato ko o mga dama. Mga rin sa fishery independent monitoring kaya Christina din gumilo ko la say tiasel monitoring in pal di gama maladra ko ra famruni dia ka ko ra di mukra adra blu malubeng ko ra deital dollar lending fish lending ay gel ko angi gel memo tra magit nda independent mal di tiagi to rom suba alul turing and then tiagi lo omrulor ko na Christina sing fishery independent monitoring anganya ogotiu ilbasyor atel debela dia kadir goro state debela rogir this is for Palawai the 90 sites
No, this is just for Kurur State.
Oh.
But we have also the Palau
Okay,
wide,
okay.
but some sites are overlapping.
Oh, right. Sorry, comment ako ram lo team confused. Ang ayagi lo ko til site. Ruwa Christina am la identify tel Kurur State water. E ore emo to monitor lo ba kora. Ngora kamera mata tobal muli ang lesel ulu letme. E analyze say sila to tel site one. Yang ra maral ngla adbiles emle ara moklungel. Ayagi del lo ko til site tal kan tin monitor e sel ulu let analyze del data. Emo mdengel wa say ngara ido israngi ngara dai tail wangara idois. Of course and that's the mum say mal wangara di sel ngi ngara ko state. All the base ayagi del ko data. Dia kasi ito lasing mal accurate. For example, era kada tumumuli email, o dakta kaya data mo niya sa okay, a site one ay lo til site, a data telal malangmu dung kada samlo singim lo ngara moklungel. Ay gida alorul gidel sel dasay independent monitoring. What's the other form of monitoring that you're doing?
So we also do the fishery-dependent monitoring, which is basically monitoring the fish that are landed or caught. So from February last year, we started going to the JR5 fish market every morning to collect information on the fish species and length also. And we're doing that survey for 1 year, so we're gonna finish the monitoring next month, February.
Even the market monitoring?
Yeah, and in addition, we're also doing interviews with the fishermen to get some information on like the fishing methods, which habitat they're going to, and also to get information on the fishing effort.
I see. Okay, ela seltara monitoring wa Christina mga tmokunil giret tagi del Kurur State Management Plan, Fishery Management Plan. Aldul was saying fishery dependent monitoring. Terelal loruring fishery dependent monitoring to mokral tutamo adol moramagit mala moklung la gelngil belolger dramagit o sisilta metedrek el modura aradro mo del melger da gel wasay ngaral dongo omuluspe emle ngarger magel basyo oblorngi o sisilta me ndaital telal zigang malubeng telal time amle kakar kyalo modin for example al sum gumlora aga club se telal ars marse gukor el mut mera tablu gege da abebira trantil kyal monitoring not mokuni and then what else?
So for the fish aggregation sites, we only selected one site and one species to monitor because doing 9 sites and there are multiple species at each site, so that was too much to do. I mean, it's impossible to survey all those sites in 1 year properly. So we selected Melangmut, the long-nosed emperor, to survey at Mutiar. We chose that species because it's an important fishery species and also not much is known about the spawning biology. So what we're doing, we're still the survey is still ongoing. So we're doing a video survey at 2 different depths at that site every month from 2 days before to 2 days after the new moon, because that's when it's thought that they form the spawning aggregation. And then we're also collecting some fish samples from the site and also from the fish market to look at the gonads. So from looking at the gonads, we can tell if they're spawning or if they have spawned.
Not only gonad but also otoliths.
Also otoliths, but that's not to do with the spawning. But yeah.
I mean,
also collecting.
Anyway, okay. Ngaya Christina say, abebira longot mo ko tagi del Southern Laguna Fishery Management. Uro longot mo ko ora olong sa tagi del management plan ra ko state. Adira ko survey gel da say fish aggregation site. Ay gel ngi kala mekredi bringi yomel. Ngaya Christina mo ko la say ngariak kultul site level identify wa gel pilas ara before. Ending segid ngasong saim di Christina malmutuan na urot tayid ngasong saim di asil gabera gel kultul site matadim le decide choose say kami di the focus ra sel mutyaur melat monitor ra mutyaur sel 2 days before full moon, new moon, and 2 days after new moon. Selerul klubsero era al tababuil, maerul klubsera ruriu rablal tababuil. Erwa Cristina o may selmora ang rumkal, mata collecting fish samples. When you say collecting fish samples, you're basically fish the fish out of the water and get the coconut and all that. Okay. Tamo collect tayo del sample. Mga tokore lang yung may ekore matki yung sel dalil. Let's say diakal dalil. Aswaswel ma dasal. Sige del soswel ma dasal. Aswel subdi dra sengal ngi kala mo elo ingram. Ngariya tara dire kalong mok kuringin ding diakal part tel ligang gukti for other related understanding. Malasel use lang aptulangil. Sige del use lang aptulangil. Asel subdi dra say ngal ngi kala telargil. To Spain wara langil. So you do the fishery independent monitoring, you do fishery dependent monitoring, and you do a fish aggregation survey.
Yeah.
All part of this work that you're doing toward the core state fishery management plan.
Yeah. And I mean, ideally, we would want to survey all the spawning aggregation sites because some of them are known. For example, the red snapper at Mutiar. It's known when they spawn. Also, the bumphead parrotfish are included in there. We know when they spawn. But there are other species which haven't been confirmed or really surveyed. But we don't have... I mean, this project was only for 1 year. And we don't have time and money to go and survey all of them.
Oh, yung mulko Cristina lasing abebiray galing lablabo dungik mo melo yung ramaro hindi tinggal malangmud kura dira kakapal mo dia sing malo yung ramon melo no focus ngay dem langmud nya mulko lasing ngungila ngal soril wara suba gal kultiul basyo hindi say dia ka ata melekel luro lot mo kunilo bugel gayid bil qotul duli la say RRI ngi afandr tial etial lurura dimlegire la tarrak mela ngomgim da rigil tial lurura next month lemle start of February last year enya hopefully gayid gora fundraising longot mo kasentera sa el gora mudra sa seludo men sa el guk mo subia tarasite kalti gida mal di subia imo ngayel claim del hopefully ko si gawdo leng selbori gawdo de malungi la subay gal kagrusel site leng sebedel madenge kwasay seloral mo clouti al cloud ngirgid regal ga arlel ma urule legal ga grusel ngi mengamral mo bota dora mega recommendation ngi la management esel legere cloud ngirgid gira regal ga grusel ngi en wala ka sebedel management ngi len yakdo ngi ngal giril se agora what the bottom line ideal girela. Okay, and I believe we also conduct like a baseline survey. We mentioned that in this fishery management plan, Coro State Program 3 site for inverters. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure. So yeah, we did a kind of baseline survey and a stock assessment. Baseline survey for the one MPA, proposed MPA, and then a kind of stock assessment for the invertebrate site. So for the BAB MPA, that was a full baseline survey, and that was done in August 2023. And we surveyed 2 habitat types, the reef flat and then the reef slope. And that included all the aspects that Pickwick monitors, so commercially important fish, the invertebrates, the benthic community, and juvenile corals. And then the technical report has already been written for that.
Okay.
I think it's on our website, but I'm not sure yet. But it's been shared with Coro State.
Okay. You're saying the one proposed MPA was BAB?
Yeah.
Okay. Oy, mera tagi del agora fishery management plan na Coro State. Etem le propose se game de lutte le tarabasio. El sel BAB, sel gergera BAB. Mela sagat makliyer wa Christina amlo o dusel dasing un baseline survey. A baseline survey sel gotel al som de clabasio en sel gotel siasing el bodmura al sel seguid el bes el mlamaq el basio. Kadmo el masala sengranga al sel e mara tetelel e sel urulen seguid abodos peringil walgor olgar asi tiang meral mo o makita lubang meral mo seguid da sempes lan survey melatam lagut mukli seguid el tablol habitat malum tablol الباسيون على السيد الباب على المطمق تيال بيبولا مير معلومة تيال بيبولا أميد ما يجي لي غورا سلوب ما يجي لي غورا أغرى سيد تيال ميد المرال بدولا غورا بولا الوطوان تقلت مقلا يد التلول سربي بيبولا ميد بس يجي المليوك راجي يد السلوب And what were you saying in addition to that? So you did
just that the report has already been
right. Sorry. Ya ela seguido lural balgot makli sel technical report. Sel wal isel seguido lural mirgat moklo. Amla mo amagat moklo mga Pickwick website. Again, ngidil information malbeng gora urol Pickwick amat mokle may rural report. Amaro gul sa edel dimtig sel Pickwick website. Masum ngari interested ra gora further details. Malbeng gora amo ako makalom so dela gagi de lorul ang mal simil dimura sa Pickwick website tematik okay, so that's
the BABMPA. The next one was the sea urchin site, so that's Butelads. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Where's the
Butelads is the next site, and that's for the sea urchins. So we did site visits from August to November last year.
Okay.
On the new and the full moons at sunset time, because from information provided by local gleaners, they suggested that there were certain times of the day or the tide that and like the lunar phase that would be good to find them. But unfortunately, the team didn't find any sea urchins there. So they did a survey of seagrass and macroalgae, and they also found a lot of sea cucumbers. So I don't know, I mean, they could have been overfished, or it could be that they're not going at the right time. I mean, we have limited funding, so we can't do like a full year survey and go every single moon phase or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Atara gigidle del site el proposed el proposal MP proposal blood survey gila gel garos elet selbut el arsa arad orora setila mlebli la yale ngalakila aibul mlebli la aibul kamam melat tedile kelnor Christina alqura malas base sagid information la say angaramong en selbe moraibu mleblo ngral buiral awangara buil o ngral buiral awangara buil ng maral mo o ragiru maral mo o kormer metabay sagid el gora recommendation ra alado tira ulumay semlaibu ra sagid el butla sa angaramong hindi elat temlong ko wala kalab tige bay dimtika makloyum del tige o sisilta metbay mtiga gale elet ko si cucumber mong ngagi del molko la sei malungi la dulu trogaru la full survey meaning ngwabo do mang tulomes telbasyo pesa gagi del ngwala tom sei da okay talbuil mbek silsil mo mai silmo talbuil la kasi emel mi segi la sengoy ngrang ay gal se atara gora absolutol direl da amal funding magaral giren o gore mendiak lo dengan Christina say tiang mlangwem dalam bigos yang ngomeliu la ul alu benguk kadamlora wrong timing sebedel muk trantinul ora ma por ya funding se al muk trantinul kam subu segi de mom tinggal la seng mal magarat tele. Okay. And then Tilawel, can you talk about the Tilawel that was proposed to be a cucumber area?
Yeah, so Tilawel, the survey was conducted in October 2023 in seagrass and coral reef flat habitats. And the sea cucumbers identified in the management plan, so that's 3 species. And then, unfortunately, they also didn't find any of those 3 species during the day, but they did find 2 species during sunset time. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's difficult because we only went there in 1 month.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ya mo sube se nga ka bulbe se lo ai se será Augustra tial riri de rak e tiramlo o surbe la beap e será Augusto el mono bember a dire tial riri de rak e temla la butul adas e ora aptila la amle October a tial riri de rak e la selbora que seguir aptila vela temlo mtiga segu ko lo go ada gostecha assembly la gale eled me será bol surbe se le dru la ara aptila vel en gora dimlaga tedim tiga tablora gigi del gele badal اللي ده معرم روم تديم tiga يد التبلون gora dimlaga bebira على ذا البلتيج السيد الباشيو تدير الملتيجا مرمار معمول راح سيد البالغ بسيسني من ديريق الجريد الغور أمس لاسين جريد الملمول ملومس السيد لاسين من hopefully أمغون ngari aku pebira kwant de btigil gora interested la gele la gale gora also bla ro ale de marang instead del guk gora apply de kwant me continue wa gayid lure and then I believe you also identify ang aludul kaldew is a giant clam area. You want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, so that one, the survey was also done last year in November and December, and on the reef flat and the reef slope habitat again. And in that one, there was a lot of giant clam, which is good. So there was the Tridacna crocea, which is the orior. There were a lot of those in the reef flat habitat, and then there were also a few larger giant clams. And then for all three of these, the data processing is still ongoing. So there's going to be a report written for each of those.
Selang aludul kaldewa goro state setia gora wable bilagim kabo mum surbe agim mumlo mutmok lauro rasegi del surbe agim tom tigla seng wal kwa ngilay disel orwer سلدو دونغي دي سلا أورين وضع شيء نسب الملمول ملوم الموت المدوي سرتين ما إلا جاي الكل جاي البلاد سوربي جاي كريستينا لو أيش ندير مرة لا أقول سيدا سيدا إلى أناليسيس جاي الانفورميشن بالغالك تدير الأناليز إن يعمل قول شيء يا ريبورت تمام قطمق جاي الكاغروس سيل سوربيرا أبياب سوربيرا أورتين ألذ magi membuat mokul the study report ni dire mora modal sel mora website amina asa tele website tra reef ma dire mora goro state. Are there any expected outcome from this research and monitoring that you're doing with this
yeah, so
or what are some of the potential outcomes? Yeah.
Some of the potential questions that we might be able to answer from the fishery independent monitoring. We can look at the fish biomass in Koror State and compare it to some published reference values for what a healthy fish population should look like. For the fish market data, we want to look at how the fish sizes have changed over time. So are we catching too many immature fish, so they haven't had a chance to reproduce yet? And we want to compare that to historic data. So the Bureau of Fisheries collected data in the 1980s and 1990s, and there was some other data collected by Coral Reef Foundation and others in 2014, 2015, and then Pickrick also did a survey in 2016, 2017. So we want to do a comparison over time and see how the specific species are doing. And then also looking at if the new proposed minimum size limits will be effective at protecting those fish.
Oh, selfish stock survey, selva bolomesa lo hacen تجد الموجة ملؤ لباس الكاميرا se مقتني واسك كذا ما يجي دنيجي المي أو مس أجل البوكم لا أقرأ أول ملؤس معلومة ريبورت لا ملؤس scientifically technical technical الواسي أجل مقلون لاني كل دولاي وارا الكامبيرا أجل أمقلون المرة يجي لام كتمق البوك توسبير سيرتولا سي فيش باي أو ماسنجل كلون لاني When we say fish biomass, biomass, we're talking about the size of the fish.
Not the size, the
weight.
The weight. So it's the grams. It's the
Right.
unit is grams per meter squared. So how many
I would
grams?
say the volume, I guess. The volume. Well, I always get kind of...
The size and number.
The size and
It's
number. Say the size and number. Say ang lodak and top the cell say fish biomass. Maklungel may diesel. Ay. Say biomass eh. E o gore dire el de tallo la magit. El May ang area bebir de tal bel galecta marinso sa malngaramo ngara iris sel gora refundation de galecta bebir de tara 2014 or something. Mela gora refund de galecta del size. E gora o mes el hopefully se del gora amasa gora uwi ang de ela muklunga langi gal murgora al maral melme. For example, a marinso sa lola ay imol mesam levital sorry. La coral reef rabolo la tawa di example em la motlgibil el gedebra vital sorry ya coral reef au polola ya galigang en wadite do gul sorry mesegida se do mesegida en dire wal war subdi do sei angi glamral mom ke grey lengra ul you know kedu comes la sengra ul mom sei agora lolgon ya Cristina el detail and fish aggregation surveys the proposed area we just need to...
Yeah, we will hopefully be able to tell if the area that has been proposed and also the timing will effectively protect the aggregation.
I see.
And then for the marine protected area and the invertebrate sites, you know, what is the current status of the sites? Like what are the populations of invertebrates and fish looking like, and then will they be effective for the recovery of the marine resources? Yeah.
Bela Cristina se agegi du community rin gere legel basol ngi la mo mugi de bringi gora malas mlomel rela nga gere del gora awadi de bodo meslo sei malu nga timing tial timing le proposition agora state effective se el moral ngalgira se lomel ay agora to spera to la se crown through de ngado gora amna mo dia se tialom el ngil ending dirga agora mal detail information do la mo moral gire del mo agora u la se moral wai sei malsum ndiagal wai sei engra se lungil timing the despedia agora state management plan but mul mo seguir el timing mo se el sel le me gal ngil moral protected inverta osisiu Giril del mutel mo mesa gagi del site o mesa se ngwara starus gagi del le gagi del site malu gal site bal propose gagi del le al sel el mutel moralogi site al basel mo ora de gal salwa ngara mo ndal sel mo sending se el logi site al basel mo o se del gora amtit ngot malu ko gora ngar o ngedra al sel. And so for this core state fishery management project, what are the next step for this?
Yeah, so I mean, we've the field work that we've got left is the fish aggregation survey and the fish market survey, which will both end next month. And then we're also going to continue with the data processing and the data analysis for the invertebrate surveys and the fishery independent. And then we'll be writing a report for each of those. And then the plan is to share the findings and recommendations with core state and also hopefully the community to let them know what we found.
Right. Okay, melay el gora war kwab sulurol tay de project Cristina lo ngela core state. Tamal di gantinu galekta del deital lo la time. Gantinu ge del survey lo rule. O gore ase meselbol le tialurora amgim da argira next month. Mela selbol taqantilun malay del deital maral mo next month. Esel mgim da argil tialuror mo la galekta deital. Etela guk mo o donc start الملوك سيجيد الفا أول دقتها يجيد السيلو بتجيد الوسوب اللوروري لو دقتها الملوك ربابين of course سيجابول بولسيلو بنجلا أقول ستيت لو بنجلا يلقوك recommendations إن عاجد كريستينا الدولة تراتوي مهمالونيل منشوني مهلا ديكلوت الغرا أو شيسيلي واسن مهمالونيل سيل بول مرجع يجيد ريبورت مدلوس هذا رامس أقول ستيت مهمالونيل المجيد بعد أضرب له bodo ay sa adablu la se tiagida urol na umbre el tarak ya gida agora le bebi la time adablu tirgal mo tatalo supervisors asab illo tubdia malungilul daso le tamo tatalo super tiral nga an magigreal mal mem klo el guk science adim laglesang maul mal important el pekkel bon ragi drom sub e gregi di bablu me o ay setin e dir gal gora mala au de suir le ngaria bebi la daso to bablu me el sab el mos misi i tiagida to science sia gora daital lo gornya Christina. Well, Christina, thank you very much. I think we've covered pretty much everything. And I tell you, Mama Musim Rashorgid, Segit Celurol, Christina, Amot Moknilo Ragor State. So hopefully next year, next month, the Selm give say, how long does it take to probably, any idea how long does it take to finish all the reporting? I understand the project finished next month. All the data and surveys, data collection and surveys will finish in February, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to start. Any idea how?
Well, the videos, fish videos take a while to analyze, but hopefully, some. I mean, they won't all come out together, but maybe the fish landing.
Ay gagidel data la collector wa Christina didul ko ra kakro sa atemel matial lo mulu sa gagid report ela sigid fish fish teira sigid lo basel stereo video mulu se tagib lo mo mala temel el bruri ndi gal gukti asay agim lor gel basyo mletila mo maye amara red mo ngakro sa tem ndi gal tal to da gal report lo sa Christina mo ndi gal sa se say malo ngrang. Anyway, okay, I was just curious about because I'm really excited about the work you're doing, informing Coro State, working with Coro State and the Coro State communities, and try to come up with I would say a good solution or that will sustain the Coro State resources, so that the community can continue to use the resources into the future. Eh?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Christina.
Thank you.
Komal masaw laro rin sa kadam lamer sa ulubong ra sa Asyurgit, madiklut tul kora di mo o mas aigel keldel kora wal tel malubeng ibusel tial Asyurgit ngwa sa igal klingig malubeng igremel akluk tutel girela akluk tu butoka awngil ulang kluk tutel mergida belaw ngari aigel mlo bas lo sing direk help mo tmo tial gerger mo ndial المتمال او سلتا من تقرا او مغلد ما قرا واقع رغنيد ادير ترى قرا وال يوصل تلتي دا سي امبورتانت القرا امتمق لا جاي دا سي فيشري مانجمنت ما سيد الملمول ما لو سبا جاي جيد القرا لازم ما قال لا قال دبدا تاخذ القرا ستيت ما دبل بلا روغيرين امبورتانت القرا مانيج جاي جيد الفيشري ريسورسز ما علم لو دم سيد الملمول لو سبا المرا مدى التايم الى التايم قرا سنتر او لو بقلا قرا ستيت المطمق تاجي الورور mo bolsa bedel bolsa ila kora Vicenter kora amo ka ngai ma kora state lasi ngarabe birat to el omgo dosis vertial management plan kora state en sibel ngosuir el gut muklitial de bela orior mundial maqsaq magada mo said malmol mo sperni agida gel waqal del wable usel tial toxiorgi de lo ngela Christina mal msaw Christina magmer listener sa mal msaw amo tataymi gukme magada orange radio magada kora mo qadin ra upebira rol dong tmok al time of course kora reef kora center angi dilad el swal lo message information ase el ma kora reef website gel kora report na mo sigira agel 8 sira urela agel torom sub angara website msira angi dilad el mong visit malu ben gukni dilad el swal kora ngaria digril gire legal kora rol dorul amde dasil di stappaira sentere kora sean swal lo message tang kora kora isela gagi de doro lal morangel el adlo mora legi dim gukmo odor dril mal mo blotak el mora el morgaw padalo siya ko mamsulang digi akora malgal dorul makmal dil mutum nis merenga sulan listeners melenga suda rogul other belaw el girela support tir ser klaumatir ser rengertil wa se oi so mamal malmol lolo lungseo ra kwa reef legi o mraigal lo la sense el so clear available wade madako mam sulang do you have any last word before we close?
No, I don't think so. Thank you.
Okay. Badalo ay se ko mal masara ro listeners ya program rigida di meritang masimre ma sel guknek sel melbel se ele. Okay, thank you. Alin da mo besel kan ni bola ela maklu mengya semung.
Talmim, oh you, tarawru wal balula, lembalti, kare, el malat karang aramata, arangalage. Balwa, magabi